Before the universe existed, before time itself began, there was only absolute silence. No stars shone, no galaxies spun, only the void and God. But then, in an indescribable moment, something happened. An explosion of light and energy tore through the nothingness. What science calls the Big Bang, the Bible had already summarized in 3 words: let there be light. Could it be that the most studied event in modern cosmology was, in fact, the first recorded divine action in history? Scientists claim that the universe had a beginning approximately 13.8 billion years ago. This initial moment marked the emergence of time, space, and matter. The Bible declares in Genesis, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." It's no coincidence. It's convergence. Science calls what prophets referred to as purpose, chance, while modern physicists search for an equation that explains the beginning of everything. The Bible has already presented, since Genesis, the existence of a creator who was not created. God did not emerge with the universe. He precedes it. He transcends it. He does not depend on time, space, or matter because He created each of these elements. Before time began to count, God already was. Before space expanded, He already filled it all. And before matter emerged from the invisible, He already sustained the invisible. The origin of the cosmos requires a cause that exists outside of time itself. Nothing that has a beginning can exist without a cause. But the Creator had no beginning. He was not caused. He is eternal, absolute, self-existent. This reality challenges human logic because we live trapped by time and causality. However, the Creator is above all the laws we know. He was not shaped by the universe. On the contrary, the universe was shaped by Him. Every law of physics, every mathematical constant, every molecular structure points to an order. This order is not accidental. Gravity, the nuclear force, the speed of light, everything operates with surgical precision, as though obeying invisible commands. The existence of these laws not only suggests a structuring mind, they demand one. Order implies purpose, and purpose implies a designer. The cosmic precision cannot be ignored. The Earth spins at the exact speed to sustain life. The distance from the Sun is no accident. The atmospheric composition is adjusted with an accuracy that defies probabilities. All of this reflects an invisible architect, a being who not only created, but sustains all things. What the ancient prophets declared by faith, modern science is slowly confirming through data. The desperate search for the God particle, the fundamental element that would explain everything, is more than science. It is an existential thirst, a desperate attempt to touch the invisible with the hands of reasoning. God is not merely a philosophical hypothesis. He is the cause without cause, the origin of existence, the only logical explanation for everything that exists. If you like the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, back to the video. Today, this logic is not limited to faith. It can be seen, measured, and analyzed. The light that shone at the beginning of the universe, at the moment of the Big Bang, is still present. It travels silently through space, like an ancient whisper. Scientists call it cosmic background radiation, and this echo is not symbolic. It can be detected by modern telescopes, like an eternal signature of the moment when God tore through the silence of nothingness and ignited creation. The universe is expanding. This is not a technical detail, it is concrete evidence that there was a beginning. The very structure of the cosmos reveals that it is in motion, moving away, growing, as if obeying an invisible order. Galaxies are not fixed. They are being propelled, pushed by a force that science cannot fully name, but that the Bible described millennia ago. The prophet Isaiah declared that God stretches the heavens like a veil, as one unrolls a curtain over the earth. This language, though poetic, reveals a profound knowledge surprisingly aligned with what modern astrophysicists now describe as cosmic inflation. There is no denying it. Biblical texts speak with authority about phenomena that have only recently been confirmed by the greatest observatories in the world. Every inch of the universe's expansion is a living reminder of the Creator's ongoing action. The cosmos was not only created, it is being sustained, expanded, ordered. Nothing is random. The entire universe operates as a regulated system, like a perfect machine built with a specific purpose. Mathematics cannot explain why there is harmony, but faith points to who created it. Science measures distances, calculates frequencies, and records data. Faith interprets the signs, connects the facts, gives meaning to what the eyes see. And when both walk toward the starting point, they arrive at the same place, an absolute beginning, an explosion of light, an order pronounced with eternal authority. But it didn't end there. Creation continues, not only in the movement of galaxies, but in something no equation can explain: human consciousness. The greatest challenge for any theory based on chance is precisely what makes us human. Love, morality, free will, these realities do not emerge from matter by accident. No random set of chemical reactions can generate sacrifice for another, a sense of right and wrong, or the freedom to choose between good and evil. Consciousness points to something far beyond biology. There is within humans a dimension that is not limited to flesh, blood, or the brain. There is spirit, there is soul. There is an essence that no machine can replicate. The human spirit yearns for meaning, for purpose, for transcendence, and this yearning reveals its origin, something or someone beyond physics. Science is effective at showing us how the world works. It describes the laws, the processes, the interactions, but it doesn't answer why these laws exist. It doesn't explain the reason for beauty, for a sense of justice, or for our longing for eternity. Faith fills this void with something pure logic cannot offer: revelation. The Big Bang, so celebrated as the birth of the universe, was not a random accident. It was an ordered execution. A command was given, a precise sequence was set in motion. And John, in the first chapter of his Gospel, leaves no doubt: all things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. John is speaking of Jesus, the Word, the living Word of God. He was not only there at the beginning, he was the beginning. The Word created, and more than that, he sustains. The cosmic order, the balance of forces, the pulse of life, all remain because he holds them, because his Word did not only begin but continues to act. God did not just create, he revealed himself. Every atom, every cell, every star is a reflection of the divine mind. Creation is more than a work, it is a signature. Even so, many try to erase this signature. Theories like the multiverse emerge as attempts to avoid the most straightforward conclusion. If the universe had a beginning, then something or someone outside of it must have been responsible for initiating it. These theories, however, end up assuming exactly what they try to avoid. They propose the existence of infinite parallel universes, all derived from something eternal and pre-existing. But if something has always existed, why not acknowledge that this something is God? Denying a creator based on the absence of evidence while accepting, without any empirical proof, the existence of multiple universes is more than inconsistency. It's contradiction. It's choosing a faith without direction over a faith grounded in reason and revelation. It's rejecting humanity's millennia-old testimony for an unlikely and untestable hypothesis. It's like trying to block out the sun with equations. God does not fear investigation. On the contrary, he invites it. He reveals himself in every detail of creation, from the symmetry of molecules to the vastness of galaxies. The universe is not an accident. It is a construction. It is not chaos, it is a design. There is order, there are laws, there is direction. Everything points to a conscious mind that not only designed but sustains with absolute precision. When we look at the cosmos honestly, we realize that it is not a random explosion. It is a work of structure. It's like a symphony in motion, conducted by an invisible maestro. Every scientific discovery that confirms the existence of a beginning reinforces what the Bible has been saying for millennia. There was a beginning, and in that beginning there was God. Faith and reason are not enemies. They do not cancel each other out. They walk together toward the same point of origin. Faith interprets the invisible. Reason measures the visible. And when both meet, they reveal something magnificent. The universe did not arise by accident. It has a purpose, and that purpose begins with an infinite mind. God is not the escape from ignorance. He is the final answer of consciousness. This truth is not only proclaimed by theologians or believers. Great names in science, including Albert Einstein, recognize the depth of the mystery of creation. Einstein, contemplating the universe, declared, "I want to know how God created the world. I'm not interested in this or that phenomenon. I want to know his thoughts." This statement, from one of the greatest physicists in history, reveals something extraordinary. Even the most rational minds bow before the complexity of the origin. Prophets and scientists, though they use different languages, share the same unease. Both seek to understand the principle. What is behind time, matter, and existence? The prophet sees the finger of God, where the scientist sees an equation. But deep down, both recognize that there is more than the visible, that there is a greater cause, a mind behind everything. In this context, God can be understood as a programmer operating outside the system he himself constructed. A being who is not bound by physical laws, but who knows them, created them, and operates within them when he desires. He transcends the code, but intervenes when the plan demands it. He is not limited by the universe. He is the author of it. The beginning was marked by an explosion. A light broke through the silence of the void. But this beginning was not the final point. The story of the universe does not end at the origin. It moves toward a revelation. The same God who created the universe promised to return. The return of Christ is not merely a religious event. It is the climax of creation. It is the moment when the cycle will be completed with justice. The cosmos began with light, but it does not end in darkness. It culminates in judgment, restoration, and eternity. Creation has a destiny. Every star that shines, every galaxy that spins, every beat of our hearts is moving toward this end, not an end as closure, but as consummation. And in this end, the Creator does not merely watch. He returns, to judge, to restore, to reign. God not only initiated the universe, he determines its purpose and defines its destiny. Creation is not just a product of divine power, it is also a product of divine intention. The Creator is not a distant spectator. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end of everything. He was there before time, and he will be there after time ceases to exist. Nothing escapes his plan. Nothing evades his control. The Big Bang, with all its force and energy, was merely the initial snap of a much greater symphony. Existence. A sound that still resonates in the far reaches of space, and more importantly, within the human soul. If the entire universe carries purpose, then your life carries it too. You are not an accident. You are part of the same work, the same intention, the same plan that designed the galaxies. The same God who said, "Let there be light," at the beginning still speaks today. His voice has not been silenced by time. It hasn't been erased by human progress. It hasn't been buried under technology. It continues to echo in consciousness, in history, in nature, in the Word. And if we are willing to listen, it also echoes within us. God speaks to those who stop to listen. The creation of galaxies with a single word reveals a power without limits. One command, and the universe formed. One whisper, and matter organized. One order, and everything came into existence. If one word from him can move the heavens, imagine what that same voice can do with your life. Imagine what happens when that word finds space in a willing heart. You are not alone, lost among billions of stars. The same creator who designed the universe looks at you with intention. He has a plan, he has a calling, he has a direction, and when he speaks, everything changes. Because the voice that created worlds still has the power to transform destinies, and perhaps today all you need is to listen. The same power that moves galaxies, that sustains stars and orders the movement of the heavens, is the power that can restore what is broken within you. It doesn't matter what has been lost, wounded, or destroyed. The word that created light is the same that can dispel your inner darkness. The same voice that tore through the void with the first light can fill your silence with a new beginning. Nothing is too far for the reach of the Creator. Science shows us what has been made. It measures, describes, observes, but it is faith that points to who made it. It reveals the author, and this author is not distant. He is speaking, calling, revealing himself in every detail of existence. The starry sky, the complexity of life, the invisible order in apparent chaos, all of it is a message. All of it is God's language. The question that remains is, are you ready to see beyond the material? Are you willing to hear the voice that created everything? Because if the universe had a beginning, then your story has a destiny. You are not a mere casualty. You are part of a plan. And if God is the origin of everything, what is your role within that plan? Are you a spectator, or are you called? There is an eternal purpose awaiting your response, a place that only you can occupy, a path that can only be walked with the awareness that you were created, not by accident but with intention. Creation is not neutral. It cries out, it points, it asks. Every heartbeat, every breath, every sunrise is an opportunity to answer. The universe is not silent. It speaks. The stars are not quiet. They proclaim. All of creation cries out, will you listen? Because the answer you give to this question will not only change your view of the world, it will define the course of your eternity.